At number 3 is China's DF-5 intercontinental ballistic missile, specifically the DF-5C variant. This missile is a true giant, standing over 106 feet tall and weighing approximately 183 tons. First introduced in the 1980s, the DF-5 has remained a cornerstone of China's nuclear deterrent ever since. The DF-5 has an impressive range of up to 15,000 kilometers, or about 9,300 miles, which means it can reach almost any target on the globe from launch sites within China. What makes it particularly formidable is its payload. The latest versions, like the DF-5B and DF-5C, are equipped with MIRVs, allowing them to carry up to 12 nuclear warheads, each with a yield of 1 megaton of TNT. To understand the scale, remember that the Hiroshima bomb was just 15 kilotons of TNT, so each warhead on the DF-5 is about 66 times more powerful. If all 12 warheads were directed at the same target area, the combined explosive power would be a staggering 12 megatons. That's 800 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Let's imagine that a single DF-5C missile launched toward Washington, D.C., with all 12 warheads impacting the same area. The fireball would engulf an area with a radius greater than 3 kilometers or 2 miles, effectively vaporizing everything in that zone. The blast would cause most residential buildings to collapse within a 16-kilometer or close to 10-mile radius. And third-degree burns could affect people up to 35 kilometers or close to 22 miles away. The human cost would be unimaginable. Estimated fatalities could exceed 1 million, with over 1.8 million more injured. What's even more alarming is that this level of destruction comes from just one DF-5 missile. China is believed to have around 20 to 30 DF-5 missiles in its arsenal. At number 2 on the list is the Russian R-36 ICBM, better known by its NATO designation as the Satan missile. Developed during the Cold War, this missile is one of the most powerful ever built, designed to deliver massive nuclear payloads across vast distances. The R-36 is a colossal missile, standing over 32 meters, or about 106 feet tall, and weighing close to a staggering 210,000 kilograms, which is close to 500,000 pounds. It's a two-stage, liquid-fueled rocket designed to deliver nuclear warheads across continents, with an operational range of up to 16,000 kilometers or close to 10,000 miles. This means it can reach targets virtually anywhere in the world from launch sites within Russia. What makes the Satan missile particularly fearsome is its payload capacity. It can carry up to 10 MIRVs, each armed with a nuclear warhead ranging up to 1 megaton of TNT. This means a single missile can unleash a total explosive yield of up to 10 megatons of TNT, about 666 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, a fitting figure for the Satan missile. Some variants of the R-36 were equipped with a single massive warhead with a yield of up to 20 megatons. That's over 1,300 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb, designed to obliterate hardened targets like missile silos and command bunkers. Now imagine if a single R-36 missile were to detonate over San Francisco with a single 15-megaton warhead. The immediate fireball would engulf an area over 30 square kilometers or 12 square miles, vaporizing everything within a 3-kilometer or close to a 2-mile radius. Buildings would be flattened within a 17-kilometer or over 10-mile radius, decimating much of the Bay Area. Thermal radiation would cause third-degree burns to people up to 40 kilometers or over 24 miles away, covering an area of nearly 4,800 square kilometers or 1,850 square miles. The human toll would be catastrophic. Estimated fatalities could exceed 1 million, with over 1.3 million more injured. And this is the impact of just one missile. Russia is believed to have around 46 operational R-36M2 Voyvoda missiles, the most advanced variant of the SS-18. Each of these missiles can carry multiple warheads, significantly multiplying their destructive potential. With such an arsenal, the sheer scale of power held within these weapons is almost beyond comprehension.
Look. What you gonna do if you're not learning? What you gonna do when you are burning? What you gonna do when he is coming soon? Yes. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Right. What you gonna do if you're not learning? What you gonna do when you are burning?
Finally, at the top of the list is the Russian RS-28 Sarmat missile, ominously nicknamed the Satan II. This intercontinental ballistic missile represents the pinnacle of modern nuclear weaponry, developed to replace the aging R-36M Satan missiles. The RS-28 Sarmat is designed to evade missile defense systems and deliver massive payloads across the globe. The Sarmat is a three-stage liquid-fueled missile that weighs over 208 tons and measures over 35 meters, or about 116 feet in length. It's capable of carrying a variety of warhead configurations, including up to 10 heavy MIRVs or 15 lighter ones, along with advanced countermeasures to bypass missile defenses. Its range exceeds 18,000 kilometers, or over 11,000 miles, allowing it to reach targets anywhere on Earth. One of the most concerning features of the RS-28 is its ability to utilize a fractional orbital bombardment system, or FOBS. This means the missile can enter a low Earth orbit and approach targets from any direction, including over the South Pole, effectively bypassing traditional early warning systems that are oriented toward the north. Some reports speculate that the Sarmat could theoretically carry a payload of up to 50 megatons, equivalent to the Tsar Bomba, the most powerful nuclear device ever detonated. While such a massive yield is more hypothetical and not practical for modern military use, imagining its potential impact is sobering. Consider a scenario where a 50-megaton warhead is detonated over New York City. The immediate fireball would engulf an area with a radius of over 5 kilometers or over 3 miles, vaporizing everything within 83 square kilometers or 32 square miles. The intense blast wave would cause heavy destruction up to 26 kilometers or 16 miles away, leveling buildings and structures in more than 2,000 square kilometers or close to 800 square miles. Third-degree burns could be inflicted on people up to 60 kilometers or 37 miles away, covering an area of close to 11,000 square kilometers or over 4,200 square miles. The human toll would be unimaginable. Estimated fatalities could exceed 7 million people, with over 6 million more injured. And this is just from a single RS-28 Sarmat missile, assuming the theoretical payload of 50 megatons of TNT. To put this into perspective, when the 50-megaton Tsar Bomba was detonated in 1961, the flash was visible as far away as Norway, over 1,000 kilometers from the test site. Similarly, a 50-megaton explosion over New York City would be visible with the naked eye all the way to Columbia, South Carolina.
Empire survives for 250 years. Is America at death's door? By Armstrong Williams. Studies show that an empire survives, on average, a mere 250 years. Did you know that? To put that into context, the world's oldest person recently died at 124 years old. So, she lived nearly half as long as most empires do. Most Americans are unaware of this small but crucial statistic, which may suggest much about our country's future. It is past time for Americans to confront the painful reality that our time as a world superpower may be limited, and it is time to explore how to slow down what, frankly, is inevitable at some point, that the United States' global domination will not persist indefinitely. This may be difficult to grasp and accept, but it has never been true for any civilization in the past, and it will never be true for any society in the future. As we consider historical empires, it is worth noting that the vast majority of Americans do not regard the United States as an empire in the classical sense, despite the fact that many people throughout the world do. However, for the purposes of this column, the United States, although being modern in every meaning of the word, does indeed qualify as an empire. Since World War II, the United States has been primarily concerned with spreading democracy and freedom across the world, seeing itself as a sort of global liberator. In reality, the U.S. maintains over 800 military outposts and special operations groups spread around the globe. This is a critical consideration in determining where the United States belongs in the pantheon of former empires, since, like those before it, it has been primarily interested in extending influence and power. This is not something that I mean as a criticism, but rather as a contextual point. However, it is this overreach in the pursuit of continuous power and influence that frequently leads to empires withering, albeit slowly. In 2026, the United States of America, founded in 1776, will celebrate its 250th anniversary. We're rapidly nearing the 250th anniversary of the fall of most previous civilizations. With ongoing internal turmoil ranging from race to financial disparity to political tribalism, and other countries gradually pulling away from the orbit of US-led supremacy, it appears that the tides are turning against us. I fear that this mere statistic may soon become a reality that alters the course of our lives. After all, many citizens and politicians would celebrate our downfall, not realizing the perilous impact it would have on the freedoms they believe they do not have. I am not sure if it will be a huge international conflict, a financial catastrophe, or a civil war that causes the United States to fall apart, but I do believe that learning from the past is critical if we are to slow down the inevitable.
Shalom,
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks.
What you gonna do if you're not learning? What you gonna do when you are burning? What you gonna do when he is coming soon? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do if you're not learning? What you gonna do when you are burning?
This is Revelations, chapter 9, and verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, but willing that they continue to endure and be sincere. In the mighty Shalom to the hopeful elect in the same spirit, teaching His word and believing His word, Lord willing that they can continue to endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Akwatim that are believers in His faith and His truth, Lord willing that they can continue to pursue their lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing to most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith. The title of this lesson, and Lord willing you're edified, is "This is going to become a reality." What are you going to do when you are burning? This is going to become a reality. Revelations chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. This is talking about World War III. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai have given us prophecies to be able to know what's going to happen in the future. The Lord have given us, prophets that been in this life to edify us and to give us this understanding. It's up to us to move by faith. Hold on, let me get something in the book of Romans, the 10th chapter, in verse 17. It says, "So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God." And the minute the Lord is using the word, and of course knowledge is increasing where knowledge is at a high level. We're able to search, use the search engine, Google. We're able to see what other nations is doing, right? And we're able to use AI for the benefit of this truth, right? Which can give you information on how fast a missile or an ICBM missile, right? Seeing how society in a lot of countries is using technology, right? And the Lord blessed us with this just for the ministry, right? But it's all to uplift and magnify Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, right? Let's get this one in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Right, this is 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, verse 1 and 2. "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai." Right, and we're supposed to speak the words of prophecy, regardless if you feel any type of way. Why would you teach about the destruction of Babylon or the destruction of any place? Right, because thus saith the Lord. Right, let me get something else in the history, because we're not here for emotions and feelings. Right, we're here to warn the people. Right, this is 1 Kings, the last chapter, verse 22, chapter 22, and I'm gonna read 14 because this is what Micaiah said. You could read the whole chapter, but the one of the soldiers or the messengers that went to Micaiah told him everybody else said the same thing. You should have the same voice as them. And Micaiah said in verse 14, and Micaiah said, "As Yahweh liveth, what Yahweh saith unto me, that will I speak." Right? In Ezekiel 33, the Lord told us, if we see the sword come, we should warn the people. In most prophecies, you're warned years before, months before, weeks before, so that none of us can have excuse that we didn't hear it. Right? You're just not making yourself available to hear what the Lord is going to do. Right? It's going to be a sacrifice. When the Lord put that spirit on them, it's going to be a sacrifice. Right? Matter of fact, let me get that in Ezekiel 38. When Russia, right, Gog is going to get that evil thought in their head. Right? This is Ezekiel 38 in verse 10. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought." Right? While Russia or Gog is in motion, right? When that time come, after, Lord willing, after the MOTB, right? Even during the time of Jacob's trouble, right? They're going to have an evil thought. And even the allies that's tired of America is going to choose that side, and they're going to be pressing that button, right? But it's all the Lord. Isaiah 54:16. The Lord created the smith and the waster. You can go get that scripture for yourself, right? Just to see it. But let me just get this and then I'll close. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, starting at verse 7. I'll start at 6. It says, "In them that are turned back from Yahweh, and those that have not sought Yahweh, nor required for him. Hold thy peace at the presence of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai power, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. For Yahweh hath prepared a sacrifice. He hath bid his guests. Right? The guest is the 2/3 and the other nations, starting with Esau in America, even in Israel and other places. But America is going to be totally destroyed, and Israel going to be destroyed, but it's going to be rebuilt. America is the place for that sacrifice, right? That's the place where people are prepared to die, man. What is a sacrifice, right? When you get an animal, right? Even in Israel time, we would get the first of that sheep or that goat, and we'll kill it, you know? So the Lord is going to kill the 2/3 and the nations in America, even in Israel, right? Verse 8, it says, and it shall come to pass in the day of Yahweh's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such are clothed with strange apparel. And what is it? 1 Peter 4:17, judgment is going to happen in the house of Israel. Jacob's trouble is going to even take some of you niggas out, but those nukes is going to take Jake out, right? Because everything, when we deal with scriptures, even captivity, is all about the children of Israel, the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And then after Esau, right? Because Esau is the end of the world. When those nukes get pushed, he's the example of the end of the world, right? Because this world cannot keep moving or flourish, right? It's going to always be defiled if Esau's in rulership, right? And when Yahushua comes back, Esau is going to be in a position of power, right? All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Again, Lord willing, you are edified. This is going to become a reality. Shalom.